Hello everybody, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch with a brand new engine that just showed up on Steam a couple of days ago, and that is SRPG Studio. Now this one is extremely niche. It's along the lines of RPGMaker, but very much specialized for strategic RPGs, which basically are jRPG tactical style games, things like Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Ogre, etc. Not really a genre I have a lot of interest in, if I'm personally honest, but I definitely figured I would share this one out there for those people that do want to create games for those kind of genres. Now this one does allow you to publish games. You can create an executable with it if you have the full commercial release, and you can also publish your games up to Steamworks for other people to play with. It's Windows only, both for the development tools and I believe for publishing. The documentation and the commenting is a bit Englishy, so definitely the original product was made, I believe, in Japan. It's a couple of years old now, so this is just new to Western audiences, basically. But you can see it was just published on the 20th. And the entire idea behind this basically is so that you can create your own tactical style, jRPG style games with all of the tools all together in one place. So I'm going to take a quick look at it. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of depth for it because, frankly, there's not a lot of documentation, and this is not a genre I'm really familiar with or interested in. So this is more of a, hey guys, this is out there, so if this is your kind of jam, check it out kind of videos. You'll see the scripting language is in JavaScript, but I believe you have to have the full version in order to really be able to take advantage of that. It is, speaking of the full version, $70 Canadian, so probably $55 to $60 US, and there's some content packs available for download DLC-wise as well, along the lines basically of RPGMaker. So without further ado, there is a demo. That's what we're looking at today. You can go ahead and download the demo right there, and this is said demo. So when you load it up, you get this screen. This is actually a new project, and this is where you start. Obviously, you can go in, edit your map. You've got various different tiles available. You can import more. It's kind of confusing. You've got all these icons up here, but they actually just correspond to a tab to go along with. So that first one, Place Events tab, is actually just this guy. Oh, no, different ones. So a lot of these tabs correspond. So the AT, will give me a particular tab here. So it's color-coded based on the ultimate menu you're going to bring up. There is, at least in the demo, absolutely no documentation. So you're kind of on your own about figuring things out. But it's pretty straightforward. So you draw your map. I didn't find anything about Z orders, so I don't know how to draw things on top of other things. There's also no auto-mapping functionality as far as I can tell. So it's pretty straightforward in its approach. But basically, you take out and you draw your map like you would typically. And you can do other things, like you can add units onto the map. So here I'm now in unit mode. Or I can go to event mode, unit mode, should allow, there we go. So now I can basically create or import new units, and so we can grab this guy. So there's enemies, guests, blah, blah, blah. I can then create a unit and drop him in the game world. And at the point where we add our events, we add reinforcements to the game, add map event information, etc. Let me just turn this down before I hit play. And then when you're ready to test your map, you can go ahead and test it, saves it somewhere. And then here is your game running. So basically here is my unit. I can go to it. Oh, I stopped it. But basically it is like a turn-based tactical style game with the engine built in. Again, there is some scripting ability out there for JavaScript programming, but I don't believe I have any access to it. So I don't know the degree that you can customize things. So if we go out of the map mode right here, you also see we've got like a database mode where you can go through. There's the unit that we placed earlier. You could create new units this way. The cool thing is there's actually a fair amount of detail on units. So a lot of this is the stats that are defined in this particular game engine. I don't think there's room to customize it. So if you want to have different attributes than luck or resistance or speed or defense, you're kind of out of luck. So do be aware of that. But creating a new unit is just a matter of basically creating said unit. See if I can find it again. There's actually more tools in here than you think, and I think they're here. Okay, so here we go. So for example, for the Lord unit or the Thief unit, etc., these are all built in. I can grab this guy, and I've got various different frames of animation we can then preview and see right here. So if I go ahead and do a play, you can create and run and test your animations directly in this tool. So there's actually a fair amount of functionality hidden away in here. It's just not necessarily intuitively so. And again, I'm not going to get into a whole lot more detail because, quite frankly, I'm not going to invest the time in learning more because this is not my niche. But if this is your niche, you probably already saw what it's capable of. If not, I just recommend basically come on back here. give a play through their video. You get an idea of exactly what this kind of engine brings to you. But it is for that whole no programming required crowd. So, RPG in a box, Smile Game Builder, RPGMaker, and then there's also SRPG studios as well. But obviously this is built around the entire idea of turn-based tactical RPG style games. So if this is something of interest to you, I figured I would highlight it because it was just released in the Western markets a couple of days ago. If this is not of interest to you, well, let me know in the comments down below. All right, that's it for now. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.